What up, traders? Who's ready to get some trading action in? I'm ready to bam this market. Let's go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher. Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
Good morning, traders. Hope all the mommies had a great Mother's Day. Of course. Let's bring on the two best mommies we got. Lord Ryan and Zunaid. What's up, guys?
That was the odd intro, Mitch. Welcome. Happy Mother's Day to all of the Benzinga mothers.
I had a buddy of mine text our little group chat, and he was like, "Hey, happy Mother's Day, fellas." And I'm like, what are you saying right now?
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, guys. Come on.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, none of us have kids except like one dude in the group. And I'm like, that's a father there. But yeah, man, happy Mother's Day to you, pal.
Hey, you got to enjoy it the way we could take it. Hey, I guess happy Mother's Day on that to everybody. Let's go. Let's get it started. Market's looking a little grim. That's to say it. Down to 403 this morning. I haven't taken a look at the SPY since about 8 a.m. So let me see where we're at now. We're at 406. Okay, so we came off those 403s. That was the last time I was looking at there. Let's see if we can get back to 410. You know, that's where we gapped down from. We'll see if we can get on back there. But I'll let the boys jump into their stocks. I'm gonna go get some orange juice and let Zunaid run here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a badass, so I look at the ES, not SPY. Come on, no, I'm joking. The only reason I mentioned is because it's the only reason I mentioned is because I had an overnight trade where I used a trigger to buy at around 40.50 and go ahead and sell it because I love my hold numbers, and we got to 405 here, obviously, around 3:30. And even though Ryan got an email from me at 2:30, I did not stay up till 4:30. But looking at the SPY, 400 is a level that I want. I know someone in the chat, I apologize. I know you tagged us on Twitter this morning. You're waiting for 300 on the Qs. I am personally waiting for 400. I was waiting for 405 yesterday. When I say yesterday, I mean the session on Friday. You can see I've got a cute little drawings here, but we only got 406. We didn't quite get the 405 bounce that I wanted. But the low pre-market is about 403. That's what I'm going to call it here. So we're going to go ahead and set something up here. So we're going to see if we can get a bounce on SPY at 403 if we get a test of it. And then, of course, 405 is resistance. But ultimately, I am going to load up when we touch 400 on SPY, whether that's today or tomorrow. I already have a game plan to go ahead and buy some contracts that are going to expire same day or within a day. And then I also have some contracts that I want to buy maybe a week to a month out, just to play the bounce and scalp it all the way up. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on. SPY 400, SPY 403. Going to go ahead and already go ahead and set those alerts up there. Let's talk about the Qs. 300, of course, is what comes to mind. You can see 301 bounce right there, but I want to go ahead and play it at 300. So I'm going to go ahead and set that alert, and that's what we've got going on. Apple 150 is the spot that I want to play Apple at. You can see we're a few bucks away, but if the market does come down, you can already see, matter of fact, that I've got I'm testing RSI just for fun. I don't really like too many indicators. That's why you see this new little friend over here. But anyway, 150 is the level that I'm keeping an eye on when it comes to Apple. And then let's go ahead and check out Facebook as well. You've got Facebook below the 200. I would not be surprised if we can possibly test 200 and then reject it for me to grab some puts. But I'll be honest, it hasn't been a great month for me so far. So I'm going to slow things down, not try to focus on too many tickers. Ryan, you know how there's folks out there that focus on like one or two tickers or just buy, and that's all they trade? I believe I might convert into one of those, because something I've realized, man, is I focus on a lot of tickers now because I got to monitor, hungry. So like, I'm like, oh, this strategy, ooh, that strategy, ooh, this strategy. And like, it hasn't worked out well. I'm down for the month of May, so it hasn't been pretty for me. But anyway,
well,
what's up?
I was going to say a couple of things on that real quick. So first of all, being nimble and being able to change is necessary, right? Because the market conditions are going to change. What's working is going to change. So being able to do that, I actually think is a positive. There's a lot to be said for, not looking at too many things at once, right? Focusing on what is working. And it sounds like that's kind of what you're identifying. So I think that you're going down the right road here. I know plenty of people that are successful trading one ticker. There's a guy I follow on Twitter. He only trades the SPY. There's other traders that only trade Tesla. I can't trade Tesla to save my life, it seems. So finding out what works for you, this is a common theme that we talk about quite a bit. Just find out what works for you.
Yeah.
Chris here, I'm a QQQ trader. No problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got Haroon, who trades mainly Qs, and I think he said SPY, but looks like I got a couple of tickers there. But anyway, man, that's what I'm focused on. I'm going to do my absolute best to focus on SPY and the Qs today. And, I love options. I cannot read options when it comes to the ETFs because there's just so much money that comes into it. I don't really know what to trust. With the equity side of things, if $1 million sweep comes in that expires in a month on a ticker like, I don't know, Chewy, I'm going to pay attention. You know what I mean? So that's why I get distracted because I'm a junkie for options. But anyway, I will do my best today to go ahead and focus on three tickers, SPY, Qs, and Apple. Those are the three that I'm going to focus on today. Let's see if I get distracted. But Ryan, it's all you, man.
Well, let me first of all, let me take a view here of the SPY because one of the things we've been saying is that this 400 test is likely on deck. If you've joined us for the happy hours, you know that not only do we think we're going to hit 400, but there's a chance that we're going to go down and test 384 too. On days where the market feels really heavy, like today and like last week, yeah, sure. It sure seems like we're going to do both of those. Looking at the SPY here, this gap down to 400, I think that this is going to get tested. If it doesn't get tested today, at some point this week. Again, what I would like to see here is just a capitulation, sell everything moment where everyone panics. Maybe we overshoot 400 to the downside before finally getting some buyers to step in here. But I mean, look around it. It's pretty bidless. I mean, even Apple's down today. So I don't know. We'll see. As far as watching the SPYs and the Qs, I actually want to see this kind of flush out here at the beginning. I suspect that maybe we reverse midday at some point. And that would be tradable, right? Maybe we'll get a V bounce like we got here in Friday's session. Maybe. I tend to think that we're going to have more selling like we did in Thursday's session. Maybe we bounce around the 11 o'clock or lunch hour. But I'm going to be okay being patient here. I don't want to try to be a hero calling the bottom. I noticed that you said that you were using calls. You were using options to do that. So it's a great way to define your risk. Just don't go in too heavy. Don't overload yourself. But yeah, I want to watch how that plays out. And the other thing I'm going to be watching during the session here is going to be the VIX. Currently at 32.96. We get above 35. I think you might see some more panic, 35, 36-ish. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that, although I won't be trading VIX products. So important distinction there. Now, as far as a couple of the stocks we're going to be looking at, first one here is Rivian, right? There's a bunch of information, or there's a news out on Rivian. Let's see what we had here. Ford Motor Company is selling 8 million shares of Rivian. I'm sorry, Zunaid?
I said, yeah, you're right. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So Ford is selling their share. I mean, if we look at the daily chart on Rivian, it's hard to find a chart that looks worse than this. This is really, really, really terrible. We currently have a price. If we go into currently have a price here at 24. Looks like it bounced off of 23-ish. I suspect that this could go lower, frankly. It's already down 16% today, so maybe it's a little volatile. Maybe we see some bounces here today. Could be a decent trading vehicle, but I think ultimately this goes lower. Mid-teen sounds about right. I talked to another guy here. For those of you that don't know Zoltan, Zoltan's a research expert. Zoltan likes this down further as well. So his research is generally pretty good for me. I'd like to see how this holds up today, or how this trades today. We might have another move here to the short side. Another stock that I do want to keep an eye on, this might surprise you, is SIDU, right? This is SIDU. Now, this had a wild day on Friday before going back to the lows. We're right at this 256, 255 area, which was a previous day high. So it'd be interesting to see if this catches. If this bounces and if volume starts finding this name, maybe we do have another kind of like a big run like we did in Friday's session. I'm definitely not going to try to trade this out of the gate. I'm certainly not going to be a hero trying to trade this. This would need to be a perfect setup, but it's worth noting where we're at, given the action that we had last week. And then if looking over on the gainers side here, we got LOGC. Right, let me go ahead and load the chart up here. LOGC, this is not quite $1, but I think that Logic Bio here tests $1 at some point in this session, and this might give us a tradable opportunity. Again, I'm going to keep this against the backdrop of the overall market today. Really, really weak. So again, not going to try to be a hero. Another one that's worth noting off of this list is going to be BTTX. This has actually been a decent trader for us several different sessions. Thursday was the last time where it really made a nice run. Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday of last week. Where it looks like we're getting a nice little upward channel here today. So we're going to, these levels, by the way, were drawn from previous sessions, right? So we're still obeying the levels that we have put in there. I might actually mark off this 255 area now that we've kind of made some resistance there. So I'm going to watch that. I don't think there was really anything else here in the movers tool. I would say maybe I saw Zella here, XELA. This stock likes to move around, low price though. Probably will just avoid this. So that's probably what we're going to watch. And then of course, as always, we're going to be watching the scanner throughout the course of the day. We'll see. It should be fairly easy to spot relative strength today if there is any. And we'll be using relative volume in order to do that. So that's what I got.
I want to answer a question I think someone asked. Literally, that's the name. Zunaid, if today or tomorrow SPY hits 400, are you going to swing calls? And of course, you're referring to me saying, hey, if SPY hits 400, I'm going to buy some weeklies. I'm going to go ahead and buy some 2-3 weeks and then a monthly's out as well. No, thank you for asking because I should have clarified much better than I did. No, I will not go ahead and swing those calls. So the reason that I'm getting calls from different expirations is because I am looking for the volatility to be controlled a bit. So weeklies, I know my risk, right? It's obviously going to be very risky, but I believe in 400 being held as a level. But say if it breaks 400, if it goes to like 399.50 and that's where it bounces, my weeklies are going to suffer, but my monthlies are not going to suffer as much in terms of loss. So again, to me, and I believe a lot of people would agree, support and resistance isn't just a number. It's kind of an area, right? So I'm looking to play that area of 400. Let's take a look at Palantir here. I'm looking for the area of 400 to hold as support. That's what I'm looking to do. So no, I will not be swinging any calls, any puts, or anything like that. I haven't been a swinger in a minute. I have trust issues, but that's what I've got. And I meant that literally and in the way that you're thinking as well, Ryan. But Mitch, you got any stocks before we tip off here?
No, don't got stocks, but shout out to my boy Max Verstappen. There you go, my man, making me some money over the weekend. Hope that somebody went to Miami, and hopefully you didn't give up a kidney to go there. But let's go ahead.
Like you would have had to give up a kidney in order to
yeah, no, I was offering. I put my kidney out there, but no one wanted to take it, Ryan. So you know how that goes.
It's because you're married, so apparently I think your kidney's value is down. I don't know.
Yeah, the kidney value is down. You know, they already know I've been through college. They're like, yeah, we don't want that kidney.
He's like, he's a trader. Stress test doesn't pass. Sorry.
Yep, that's what it is there. We're going to be taking a look. I say take a look at application names. I think they still got some downside to them. I know a lot of people have been looking at application names like, yeah, I want to go after them. But look, if you would have gone after Asana, I know a lot of people mentioned this. I even saw CNBC mention this. Look where it's at now. $23. What? A continued downtrend, just slowly leaking down. And this might get actually below the IPO open. So just be careful out there. Don't want to see people continue to get destroyed in these kind of software names. And people are like, well, I got Salesforce. It should be fine, right? Well, to tell you the truth, no, it shouldn't. The forward-looking earnings is really just destroying all software names. And I think you're going to continue to see some downside action. Uber down to $25 now, probably going to break through and maybe get towards 52-week lows, which was the pandemic. Could get down there towards the 18s. Snow just getting destroyed. Roblox getting destroyed. Unity getting destroyed. Well, you name it. In this area, I know that a lot of people in our chat have been calling the D-Dog destruction. This one could get below 100, could come closer towards its 80s. We'll see what happens in these software names.
And Mitch, remember, I was calling for 10 prints and affirmed.
Yeah,
AFRM.
firm is on its way.
On its way, baby. We're 24.
On its
We
way,
got
man.
14 more points to go.
Yeah.
Now, Mitch, I did want to give you kudos here because, of course, Tyson reported earnings this morning. Strong reports, trending up a little. Both you and I were bullish on that. Full disclosure here, when we first started talking about that, it was 94.95. The current price is only 93 because it's sold off with the broader market. But relatively speaking, this is barely down from when we started talking about it. And they just released a good report. So not a bad stock. Really one of the only things that's not getting absolutely crushed right now.
One of my favorite features of TC2000, and it tells you when you drew the line. This is one way that I go back and I tell people, well, yeah, we were looking at it at this time, not at, I'm not cherry picking here.
Yeah.
And so that's what I like, that it creates a line there. It tells us there we created this on March 28th. So that's how far back we've been watching this. Where was March 28th? We were watching it right here on this day, right when it broke up through that trend line. That's when I was watching it on Money Mitch, created this trend line. We were watching for it to come up. It went up there towards 99, held up down, now came back to 90s, held 90s multiple times. That's the level that I'm calling on the downside that you guys can go off of now. And you can see here, look at the hourly chart. Look how this 90 was holding, 90 was holding. I'll look for pullbacks below 92s, going to 91, using that 90 to get in here. And I might take a swing trade on this Tyson food, as I feel like you're going to see continued inflation, and you can see the earnings report pointing towards the upside. We'll see what happens on this one, Tyson food. Downside trades, Lucid, guys. Lucid is still on that destruction mode. If you guys remember, I got stopped out a little bit on Friday, and then eventually I took another swing into it. Not mad at it now. I'm up big on it now. I'm up from 1855 is my early entry, guys. So 1855. Now we're down towards 1735s here. Could get a move down to 17. Still have my Twitter too from 4669. That's going to be the one that I might get rid of right here if it doesn't hold 49 out the gates. There's the gates, guys. Already opened up. I'm up huge on Lucid, so I'm going to go ahead and take some profit here on Lucid. What this is going to do is actually it's making up for the losses on Friday and giving us some gains. With just a third of the position off here, we're already going to be deep into the green here. Boom, just took a third of the position off. Let's see if we can break 17 on the downside. I'll take a third off and hold the rest of it from 1855.
Real quickly at the I was getting asked about SOPA earlier. If we take a look at SOPA here, I couldn't really find any good lines to draw on this. Yes, you're right. This is probably going to be in play today, but I didn't really have this prepared. 242 is kind of what I see. First move here out of the gate is down. So the thing about this is that this might actually end up setting up. Let me mark this line off too here real quick. That's 256. And then our day high here is going to be 273. So we'll see if this sets up, but I don't have a plan yet. As long as the volume sticks around, yeah, this could absolutely be in play.
Boom. About to take some more profit in Lucid here. Breaking the 17s. Can we break it? We're at 17 on the bid. There's a big bid coming in there. Looking for the breakdown of 17 here. There's 1698s. Boom. Just took 17 there. Not a bad one. Still got a third left from 1855 on Lucid.
You've got the SPY trying to break 406 to the upside, 405 to the downside. Currently trading smack dab in the middle, 405.50s. Waiting to see what happens here. I have a quick put here, but not it's just literally one contract. I'm waiting for the crack of 405 to see if we get it.
Not a bad trade there on Lucid, guys. We'll see what happens. Starbucks is my other one that I'm trying to short, but man, that earnings report was such a gift. It went up there towards 82, then eventually coming back to 75.
So yeah, so if you caught SOPA, awesome, definitely trim here. This is a nice little pop, but I guess just being a little bit more careful today. I'm a little bit slow on it. So Lord Ryan's still kind of working on.
There's a crack of SPY going down below 405. The puts are up now about 10% or so. I'm going to be a little patient. See if we can.
Did you just buy them right off the opening print there, Zunaid, or were you holding these from last week?
I bought this a minute and 10 seconds in.
Okay.
And I literally just got one contract just because I'm trying to slowly build some confidence. And again, these contracts are up 20%. So I'm going to go ahead and sell right here. Quick little $58. And that's something else, Ryan. I realized that I try to be just the way my personality is also the way I trade. I'm sure a lot of people can say that as well. I just trade from the first few things that I see off the open. I don't really give it a lot of patience, right? And that's not a good habit as a trader for sure. So I'm trying to slowly be more patient, if that makes sense.
All right, everything is down from the open here, guys. Energy leading us down the most, so just be careful there. Oil name's probably getting hit hard. MRO looks interesting for a short right here. We'll see if I maybe get short right now. Probably not going to have enough time to set it up here.
Let's see what the Qs are doing. Qs are at 405. Excuse me.
BBIG at highs.
303s. BBIG, you said?
Yeah.
All right. If you say so. If you say so.
I mean, hey, look, that's not a recommendation to buy by any means. Come on.
No, I know. Well, it's about to try. It's trying to go red to green here.
Up off VWAP there. We'll see right now if it just gets crushed or does it move up towards the upside.
All right. SPY might try to test.
Oh, BBIG going. Let's see.
Not really seeing anything in the call options or anything like that, but let's see.
CYN right at 4. Interesting call there, Hex Pony. Through 4, maybe. The last spot that I have marked off here, 335, but in all honesty, 325, 324, maybe. BBIG back under that 330 level that it took.
And there's SPY above.
What I'm really watching is the Qs here. I think the Qs are going to give us a big sign. Remember when we got that big leakage last time? It was a lot of it was a tech leak. So I'm looking to see if the tech is going to hold here, rallies, or is it just going to flip down? AMD's looking weak, Nvidia's looking weak, but Apple's looking a little bit stronger there. I'm going to see what happens here. MRO trying to break that 27 there. Lucid got down to 680s.
Rivian off the lows. It tried to bounce out of the open, but it's kind of moving lower here.
Sorry for the spam in there. I just caught it now, guys. I got it deleted, so it should be fine. If not happy, I know it caught that.
I'm going to try to go ahead and play some puts here on the Qs. Literally giving it till the 405.10 level
nice
here.
Push.
Going to grab the 304 puts. Got filled at 291. If Qs go to 305.10, I will be out. I'm just looking for about a point here, if I can get it. Come on, reject and come back and test the 304s, will you? My risk is very small here. It definitely wants to crack it, so I could be out here any second, and I'm out. I'm going to laugh. It just poked me out. But regardless, I was in at 291. I am out at 264 on the Qs puts. You can see SPY rejecting 405.50 once again. Oh, did you really stop me out and then decide to go lower? Anyway, won't focus on that. We'll wait for things to set up here. The SPY looking to break VWAP, and it does to the downside. And I was stopped out of Qs by 0.05 because now they're up about $20 per contract. That's all right.
AMD taking out the lows. Look for Nvidia to take out the lows also. Was looking at maybe potentially a VWAP fade short on Nvidia, but didn't make too much of a down move right out the gates for me. AMD looks weaker there. We'll see what happens to those two. Apple right around the VWAP. We're going to look to see if it flips down. Tesla coming back to VWAP there. We'll see if Tesla gets hot here, or does it fade off the VWAP here? It might even take a short off the VWAP fade here.
SPY looking to get above 405 here. Yeah, just trying to figure out which way we're going to go.
Yeah, I'm trying small here on BBIG tight stop just because I don't really see anything else. This is probably going to end up hurting me. So I would do as I say, not as I do. This is likely going to go right back on me. Reduce size in case that happens, by the way. Stop about 327, I would say here. If we pull back to 330, potential add, but it's really the only thing that looks like it's going higher here. Kudos to you, at least, Zunaid, for playing puts. You seem to be smarter than me.
Well,
BBIG,
yeah,
of course, going now as I'm shit talking my own play.
1-1 is what my record is today. SPY is now at high day, trying to break 406. And it does break 406 with momentum. Q's at 306.
Tesla pushing there, guys. Apple starting to push too. You could see the market start rising here.
Yeah, it looks like the market caught some footing here. We'll see how long this lasts. That would be one thing to watch. BBIG 337 now. I think 340 is going to be your next spot in BBIG. Yep. 340. Yep. That's the next resistance level.
I'm probably going to wait for the 15 to see if we can play any orb breakouts. Which is funny because orb, the acronym, has breakout in it, but I still said it anyway. That's okay.
Really great day for me and Lucid, at least with the market coming down with it. It was this crazy position to swing into, but I was feeling confident about Lucid coming back down. I think it's going to eventually come back down closer to 10 and 15. So that's why I'm going to keep watch on it too. Holding these last little bit of shares, looking for a nice continued down move through the 1680s. There you go. 1680s getting taken out there. Let's see if we can get to like 1650 here on this drive. Take a little bit more out, and I'm going to leave a tiny amount to just swing trade it all the way down if I can.
What a rejection for the Qs and SPY now.
See, that's what I mean.
We just hit high day, and now we're right below VWAP. All right. Do you, boo-boo. Do you.
Do you, boo-boo.
You got that, boo-boo. You got that, boo-boo.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we're just moving.
Twitter not wanting to hold today, even though it had that last drive up to 51.
BBIG moving higher now. 340 going to be the next resistance spot. We'll see if we take that out.
Not feeling confident about the Twitter here, so we're going to put a stop at 49. If 49 breaks today, we will be out. And we're right close to it, so it could happen right here.
Seeing some calls come in on Tesla at a $900 call. It's expiring this week, approximately $200,000 worth, which for Tesla isn't quite a bit. So keep that in mind if you're going to try to play it.
Airbnb down about 4% today. Back at VWAP here. We'll see if we can get moving here, but SPY back at VWAP too. You could see a flip right back down here. Just be careful there.
Diremaid asking, I hope I pronounced your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Anyone on LOGC today? Yeah, we flagged that one here. First move out of the open here is down. As far as a resistance level, I'm looking at about 74 cents, so 6 cents from where we're at. This thing really needs to catch though, if this is going to be in play today. Huge relative volume in the pre-market, but first move here is down. We are watching it though. Yes, that was on the list this morning. BBIG, a lot of stock traded at this 337 level, about 500,000 shares here now. The 330 level was the first break. They've yanked it back to that several times since that break, but it's come back up to this 338-ish area. We'll see if 340 gets taken out.
Let's call out by Zillow. Happy talking about Zillow. Nice move on Zillow today. Up there to 40s from 36. It's up about 8.9% here. I'm not sure what happened in Zillow today, if there's any news. I didn't see anything, at least from mine. But there you guys have it. Nice little push there. Next resistance is coming into will be around 40.44s, and we're at 40.30s. So we could see some turnaround around here, but definitely a nice drive up there. There's 40.40 showing up there on Zillow. And what happens? It hits some resistance, pulls back here. Let's see if it gets to the 40.50s. There he goes. It just cleared it for a second. Let's see if it can hold that.
For Zillow, I see Susquehanna maintaining neutral, lowering the price target from 62 to 41. Of course, we're currently at 40. So I'm not sure what's actually in that report. There might be some more color in there. That's pretty good. But that's all I see so far, Mitch. BBIG back below the buy-in now here at 333. BBIG.
We'll see what happens. Zillow Group turning around a little bit there at the 40.50s, now holding a little bit. We'll see if it can continue to run. With that one running, look at Open maybe potentially to run. You guys can watch that one, or maybe even Redfin, to see if it's moving together there. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the sectors. What are we seeing on out there? It's consumer cyclical still in the red, but slowly ticking into the green there. What is green in that industries in that sector is media diversified. So we saw Netflix making a nice move up today. We'll see if this can continue. Redbox, can Redbox continue to making a lift? Just had gotten some volume. It's hanging out at VWAP. You also got MSGE kind of making a move up today. Cinemark Holdings making a move up today. So maybe look to see if AMC can turn around there, but definitely not turning around at this moment. We'll see what happens there. Dish is also up 2%. This one looks like it's strong here and pushing. I don't know if Dish has maybe some ex-dividend date or something like that, but we'll see what happens there. Can SUF get into the green today? Everything's in the red. We'll see what continues from here. Utilities look like they're heading on the downside. Real estate looks weak, and so does energy today.
Yeah, I'm just being patient, waiting for things to kind of set up. I had to scratch an itch, which is why I played the upside and the downside with one contract. Won money on one, lost money on the other, but no full trade position for me just yet. 26 seems to be resistance on Rivian. What's up?
You're in luck, Zunaid, because I was also boredom trading, but I chose to trade BBIG. So I think that you might have made the better choice here this morning. We'll see how it pans out. By the way, still in this trade long, 333, hoping for a 340 break to the upside. Also, interestingly here, VTRS. This is Viatris. Shares are trading higher. The company reported better than expected Q1 EPS results. We got a day high here. Day high here of 1094-ish, currently printing 1085. We'll see if this gets some juice. It is extended here, up about $1 from where it opens. So just
Tesla getting
that. I'm not in it.
Tesla looking like it wants to wipe out to the downside here. We'll see what happens. It has resistance above it at 840s. Above 840s, you could see a squeeze. Below 835s is what I'm looking at right now. I was thinking about getting in there at 835s. The risk would have been about 5 points. But what are you seeing to the downside? You see only about 11 points to the downside. So that's a 2-to-1 trade for me, or a little bit over 2-to-1, but not enough to get to the 3-to-1. So I'm looking for a bounce back into this area to reject again off 837s, then flush right back down through the 835s. Hopefully we can get it around 836 or 837. What about SOPA?
Put sweeps on block. Put sweeps on block square. That's pounding the lows here.
Where's that pounding
across the tape?
Yep. There it is.
I like that. If it crocs 9, okay.
And by the way, whoever asked about SOPA, I think that's Mike Silva. SOPA here, the first move, it did take out that high at 273. Immediate yank here. One of the difficult things about SOPA in our discussion here was that it didn't really have a bunch of clear levels. We're still kind of waiting for those levels to form. To my eye here, if we continue to move down, it looks like we want to find some footing at 242-ish. We'll see if that ends up materializing. We are watching this, but no decent setup yet, Mike.
Week in China stocks, guys. I just want to mention that. Remember when I mentioned NIO around 22? We're down to 14. We might get to $10 on these Chinese EVs. We were talking about them because they had the lockdown. Now it just made sense for these to kind of get washed out. And you can see XPEV getting washed out, NIO getting washed out, and LI was one that we talked about also, just getting crushed here. I hope some people are able to play some puts in the Chinese game. All right, we'll see what's going on out there. What else is being mentioned in the chat? PRTY, party dropping fast? Yeah, man. Party City. Who's going to go to Party City in this environment?
Adding a wow, that was bad. Adding a little bit to BBIG here, but going to cut it if this continues to move down.
I want to get short Build a Bear on a longer term option play, but I don't know if I'm going to do it today. I need to take some profit in some other ones. Maybe I'll swing this to the downside. This is one that I really do think in the long term, I'm going to be like, man, crush this stock. See Starbucks, what is going on with it? It's just up there. I think it's a nice short around here. Yeah, it's not a bad little risk to return here. About 20 cents. Downside action has about 70 cents. Nice little trade there.
More lows in the SPY. Be careful, folks.
I'm not opposed to going short on block, but I needed to come back and test VWAP. I don't want to short it here, especially with $90 psychological level. I want it to come back and test 92, and then I'd be down to short this one.
Short on Starbucks there a little bit. Willing to add here. Just took a little tiny starter there. Willing to add here up at 70s. Needs to reject 75, 90s here.
Someone's asking about CYN. Excuse me. Nice $4 break. VWAP obviously is clear there. Not bad. CYN, is that cyber?
Yeah, loosely. I think it's a pretender, Zunaid.
Okay.
So
looks like you've got. Go ahead.
No, okay. No, my mistake. So if you look at the details that we have in Pro for CYN, CYN Incorporated is an industrial autonomous vehicle technology company. Its flagship innovation is DriveMod, an autonomous driving solution that can be flexibly deployed on multiple vehicle types in various environments. This is an AI automated driving.
Maybe I was thinking of CYRN. All right, look, I'm gonna go ahead and grab. I'm gonna go ahead and grab into a play here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Facebook puts here. 195 puts expiring this week on Facebook. You can see you've got 200 right there. You can also see that that's gonna be VWAP. So I told you guys I wanted to play below 200. If the market comes down, I believe this should go ahead and get me at least to the low of day, which would be about 197.50 or so. If Facebook hits 201, I will be out of this trade. But Facebook in at 195 puts, and that's the reason I am in them. And so, yeah, let's see if we get that 198. Come on, baby.
All right, out of the Twitter swing, guys. I held for long enough. Twitter coming down there and breaking down there. So you guys that have been swing trading Twitter, be careful. I'm not telling you to sell out, but this turnaround definitely will get me out. I took a nice win there, so not going to be upset. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a great win on there. Over $100 return on Twitter. We'll take it and just kind of move on. Let's go.
I'm still watching BBIG just because I boredom traded this. So we're almost at my stop here.
SPY looking to test a VWAP here at 405.
Getting a
and
little
of course, with that, you can see, you can see Facebook coming up here as well. I'm going to go ahead and grab one more contract here. Got filled at 415. Come on, SPY, reject it. You don't want it.
You're going to get stopped out in Starbucks right here. Yeah, it's just pushing and pushing here, squeezing. There you go. Got out there at 76.20s. Definitely up the high end there on the candle there. Definitely lost a little bit too much there in Starbucks, but good thing we have that swing trade on Lucid still. Keeping us good into the green. Lost about like $38 there on Starbucks. Kind of
Facebook rejecting 200 once again off of VWAP. SPY, though, trying to break a 405 to the upside, so that's not helping. Facebook down a point here. Went ahead and sell some here at 440.
All right, Tesla's going to be important here. I want to see what happens here at the 840 level. Do we get the rejection from there, or do we get a breakout here? Either way, I'm going to probably trade Tesla here, so we'll see what happens.
Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, Facebook above 200. Going to keep an eye on this now. Come on. There you go. Reject. Let's just get one nice flush on the SPY. Let's put up the Qs here. Well.
Yeah, I see Lucid. I'm still up big. I mean, I'm at 1855. That's 1720s there.
SPY went ahead and broke above VWAP. Doesn't look too good for my Facebook puts here at the $200 level.
All right, looks like we got HD and Lowe's and Visa bullish climbing. I think HD is one that I'll definitely take a look at. We'll see what happens there.
All right, come on, Facebook. All right, cool. Facebook went ahead and cracked above 200. Looking to test that 201. I'm looking for a reject here if I can get it. If not, I will be stopped out. But Facebook is above VWAP. This trade to the downside is not looking too clean.
Well, the SPY here, interestingly, SPY just popping. It can't, to borrow your words, Zunaid, it can't figure out what it wants to do with its life. It's back and forth here. It's all over the place.
Yeah. Damn it, man. That's, all right. We're about 12 cents away from being stopped out on Facebook. 201 break is our stop out. I got in at 415. Those puts are currently trading at 380 to the downside, 7 cents away. Come on,
all
just
right,
reject.
Guys, we're going to be safe here. We're going to take, it would be considered 1/6 of the position off here for Lucid here. We'll take it off at 1726 there. If I can get it out there. There he goes. All right, so now we just got a little piece left of it, and the rest of it is break even on the rest, guys. So I don't even have to stress it anymore. Just going to let that last little bit work the same way we did in Twitter, and it gave us a great potential to get a big winner, and that's what I like to do sometimes is just ride that last little bit left, especially when you're in a good position. Boom, boom. Now we can take a look at some other trades. And Tesla breaking out of the 840.
Stopped out of BBIG. Just not moving yet.
Facebook, nice bounce off of VWAP in 200. Same exact spot pretty much. Obviously, I'm in put, so I'm not happy about it, but just calling out the action in case you're going against me, which is perfectly fine.
Tesla trying to hold this pullback here. So you can see there's a longer term bearish chart that it tried to just broke above from. Now if it can get below 835s, it could just wipe out on the downside, and we can use that 840 as risk, but we'll see what happens here. It's definitely tight and fighting here. VIX is at support, they're saying. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, 3280 seems to be the support that I see at the moment. Waiting for it to go ahead and crack about 3350 to the upside. Facebook trying to figure out what to do around 200, as SPY is trying to figure out what to do around 405.
BIG guys calling out there. I'm going to start calling out some stocks that are starting to go into the green here in the sectors. I think this is important to watch as we get towards that 10 o'clock time. So defensives is starting to go into at least break even. Hasn't gone into the green yet, but this discount store is doing well there. Target up today. DG, that's one that I'd take a look at. Walmart taking a lift there. DG is one that I'll definitely take a look at. That looks good right there. You're seeing Ollie make a lift off the ground there. So, yeah, definitely these cheaper discount stores doing well. Look for potentially packaged foods to start doing well. TSN is one that I would start pointing at, maybe to catch a bottom here. I'm actually thinking about taking a swing trade on this one today. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at that.
Facebook now below 200. This is exactly what I like to see. The rejection of 201. You can see that was my stop loss. Literally told you guys I was 7 cents away from getting stopped out. Obviously, I haven't yet. My average, because obviously I've been scaling in and out, but my average is 398 on these puts, and currently the bid is 4. So I'm literally break even on these contracts here on Facebook. I want this to flush. I want the SPY to flush back and test the 403 area as the Qs are looking to go low of day, which should help our Facebook puts. Come on, baby. Go ahead and crack 199 for me.
Looking for one more touchdown towards 90 here on Tyson Food, and I'm going to start a swing trade on it.
If you feel like you got too heavy into the Facebook puts, this is not a bad spot to get out. Up currently about 7% on those puts. Again, it's not about retiring tonight.
It's not?
Nope. Sure is
Damn,
not.
man. I thought I was done for life.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Be right back a minute, gents.
Sounds good, pal. Because this could bounce at any moment and take us out, especially because that 199 level is held for the past 20 minutes, as you can see right over here.
Looking for a slight tick down on Dollar General also to get a little bit long on that one.
Qs are trying to test the low of day break, and god damn it, can you just go to the downside? Facebook coming back to test 200 and VWAP. Come on, kid. Come on.
Trying to see this 5-minute candle close above 90 here, and then we should look for the reversal in Tyson. I'll let you know if I take it.
Oh, boy. Remember the time I said the only tickers I'm going to focus on is going to be SPY, Qs, and Apple?
You remember that time, Zunaid?
Well, here's the thing. I also said, I also know myself to know that, you know, I mean well, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, right? When we mean well, but another thing is that we listen to ourselves.
Come on, man. Can you just break this and head to the downside?
All right, taking a little bit there of Tyson, saw a little bit of a bounce back, willing to add below 90/30s here. So let's see if we can get some more, and then I'll add into this.
All right, well, you're up 8% on the puts, but okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Come on. Now we're getting somewhere.
All right, started there in TSN and willing to add here. We'll see what happens.
I'm scared, so I'm going to go ahead and sell half my contracts here. Got filled at 450 on the bid. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. There we go. Q's low of day hit 301.
Boom, boom. The market's getting crushed, and Zunaid's happy about it. That's how we do it here. It doesn't matter if we got to go red light.
Short term. You know, I hope all your
doesn't matter if we got to go red light. Red light district over here, baby. Zunaid hitting those shorts. Kapow, kapow.
All right, now the test is going to be now the 197 here. 197 is going to be something to keep an eye on if we go and try to test low of day.
Sarah Jones. Yeah, don't worry, Sarah. You're the big dog here. I'm sorry, Sarah.
What happened? What's Sarah say? You both look very broke. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This hoodie is from Costco, so
this
you're
shirt
not wrong.
Is over $100 polo. So I don't know how I'm looking broke.
Nah, bro. This hoodie's like $15 from Costco. So
yeah, this is a Formula One official shirt. Yeah, you know this wasn't cheap, Zunaid.
Yeah. Now, the fact that you tuned in, though, to watch losers trade, that should be actually a segment. That should be content. It should be homeless traders.
You know how
that's content, man. Right there. Call me the homeless trader. I do not mind whatsoever.
There is Tyson, baby. Rocketing, baby. Let's go, Tyson. Grabbed a little bit there at, got some fill at 90.47s here. Right before it started rocketing up there. We're already up about a point. I did have some orders to add there. I told you at 90.20s, 90.10s, but they didn't get filled. So, hey, canceling those orders, but already seeing a nice push there in Tyson. Just got a tiny amount of shares now to let it work here. The swing trade on Tyson Food.
You've got, see, this is exactly why we scale out, folks. You can see Facebook went ahead and tested 198, and now it's bouncing up a little bit. The contracts that we got out at 458s, 455s are now going for about 430s on the bid. So that's exactly why we scale out, because you don't know the direction you're going to get. Or you don't know if you're going to get continuation, excuse me. Still holding on to, how many contracts do I have left? I have about 3 contracts left on Facebook. We got rid of majority of them already. So just kind of hanging out, see what happens. Even if this trade, the remaining 3 contracts go red, I will be green on the Facebook trade because we scaled out from the 398 averages to about 355, 358s.
I think what happened there was Sarah Jones had calls and she wasn't liking it, Zunaid. She was like, man, this guy is crushing my money, man. She started pulling the crying.
There's plenty of times where you could fade my trades and make money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not.
Hey, she's Amber Heard. She's the Amber Heard of the chat. No one likes her.
Don't shit in my bed.
Don't shit in my bed. Don't shit on your bed, bro.
See, now that, hey, Sarah, come back here. Listen, you can't call me broke because I sleep on a very nice mattress, and that's only because I used to work for Mattress Firm, so I got a discount. I sleep on a nice Tempur-Pedic. It's a $4,000 mattress, all right? Listen.
That's the way it should be,
don't call me broke. I might be homeless, but I got a Tempur-Pedic.
If you don't spend money on your bed, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. No, but in all seriousness, if you're on the same side in terms of trades or different trades, doesn't matter. Just manage your risk because we can both be right? You saw me almost get stopped out on Facebook. I mean, I was literally 7 cents away from getting stopped out. So if you were against me, you were making money, you could have closed out, then I was able to close out, and now we're kind of in limbo. I have no problem. Happy Muhammad, I assume you're talking about Facebook there. Yeah, and the reason I didn't get stopped out is because, 1, I knew 201 was my area, but also 2, I took fewer contracts so that I could let them move and have the same amount of risk in terms of money loss. But we do appreciate all 931 of you hanging out with us. Maybe you're hanging out with us because you like the trades. Maybe you're hanging out with us because we're the perfect fade. Regardless, absolutely appreciate you hanging out because I did have one buddy growing up. We called him Fish, not because he smelled. Because anytime he would bet something, we would take the exact opposite. And boy, was that a profitable strategy.
All right, guys, Tesla short looking great here after the 835 breakdown. I just saw it reject VWAP. It could break down here around the 830s and we can get a flush down. I'm going to try to maybe just get the pushback right now and then get short, look for the flush.
No, I love the trolls, man. I get trolled all the time in esports, things like that. By the way, you know what's really cool? I had someone who was it? I got to go back and look at my, but someone apparently randomly tuned into the esports thing and they were like, wait, I know that voice. And they recognized that it was me from our show. Stock Crypto Bull is who it was.
That's how it goes, Zunaid.
Yeah, Lucas, appreciate you tuning in. Lucas, if you're watching, did you just randomly tune in? Like you just saw it on Twitch or what? Because that definitely is, it's not like Call of Duty where it's a huge esports. Someone saying CYN is flying. So we talked about that $4 break
there. Tesla.
That was nice.
I'm gonna try to scalp this down here.
Jessica, I think, called out CYN when we talked about it at 4, or she brought it up, and then we talked about it around $4. Nice move there.
834 is the risk here. Wanted to just start breaking back down to 820s here. Tesla. There's 828s. Sorry, I just didn't put it up there. Here. Remember we saw this rejection? Wanted to see that rejection of 835s again. We got a Harmony right there. That started looking weak there. Now I'm looking for it to take out the lows here around 825, going towards that 821. Let's see if we can get it here. Tesla. The Tesla Dragon.
Who else is watching from the gutter?
Yeah, that was the first comment I read when I got back, Zunaid. I actually laughed.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
CYN I see pushing higher.
The dark side is here.
So look, here's Facebook trying to possibly test VWAP again. I don't have the courage. It depends on the pricing to go ahead and add if Facebook tests 200 again. For now, I'm happy with the 3 contracts I have remaining. But yeah. Voodoo, I obviously looked through it. I was fascinated by it. I want to go ahead and clear my schedule and focus just on that for 2 hours. And unfortunately, I'm traveling this week, so I haven't been able to test it out. No, but it is literally on my to-do list of things to do because I like to, learn more things about trading and education. So that's actually one of my top priorities.
Right.
Ryan missed all the homeless banter. What did I miss?
Oh yeah, we had a woman apparently, allegedly.
Sarah Heard came in the chat.
And
Wait, what?
so we had someone in the chat that said we look like broke traders, and I was like, I mean, this is from Costco. You're not wrong. And then Mitch was like, "Oh, I got $100 polo." You know what I'm saying? So
I mean,
Okay.
hey.
But I told
this
her-
way, I don't know many $100 polos.
Nah, I hear you got $50 new Era caps too, right behind you.
Hey, let's go, Tesla. All right, guys, taking half of it off right here. Gonna look for the rest of it to continue as a scalp, so don't want to be a little bit too impatient there on the profit side. So already just took some there. Let's look for it to continue there. Took it at 823.75 there. Not too bad there. And then gonna look for the rest of it to just break down through the lows there. Can we break down through the low on Tesla? Let's go.
By the way, Ryan, I'm thinking of a new segment. You know, I think it'd be cool, and I might actually do this. I won't because I don't have the willpower, but it'd be cool if there was a content series called Homeless Trader. Because that's what she called us. She called us she called us broke. But I'm just thinking like homeless.
Okay, well, aside from the crazy chatter, what is the value prop for what you're talking about here? Like, is this a serious idea? Are you trolling her?
It's not. I'm trolling.
Okay.
Here's why though, because it's also kind of insulting to the folks that are homeless because we're fortunate to have a roof over our head. But I do think it's a cool. I don't know what the word is. Is it oxymoron? I don't know. Irony, ironic, whatever. No idea.
I have no idea what you're trying to say, bro.
I'll stop talking. Well, we know you're not broke because you have a land in Scotland. So
Yeah, he's a lord.
Yeah, I mean,
come on. She's Lord Ryan here. We're talking.
Hey, man,
about.
I like I said, that's buying a chunk of land in Scotland gives you some perks, and having Lord as your title, that's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, bro. Wow.
Zunaid's cracking. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. You guys want to know the coolest thing? All right. So I think it was last week, and I'm proud of this moment, so bear with me here. I was working out before our show, and then when we were working or whatever, I saw my veins pop out, like right here. You can't see it because I haven't worked out. Right? So like I was just doing a hit, and I see my veins, and I'm like, the hell is that?
Let's go.
It was the coolest thing ever. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, this is badass.
Just got a little break there on Tesla. I didn't take it fast enough off of the 821s, but looking to get 821s here. Let's see if we can take it out here. Boom, boom. Let's go.
Oh, BTTX getting yanked here.
I want to see Tesla just get slammed down through the 821s. Let's see if we can get it. If this candle starts turning green, we might just take the profit because there's a resistance that it can use right here. We don't want to see it break above that body close here. So use that as resistance and then just knock down through the low.
I'm getting a phone call. Excuse me a moment, folks.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
I'll put you in the back, and then you let me know when you're ready back.
And
all
so,
right, let's go.
One of the things about the SPY that's making today's session difficult, especially for those of us that like longs, it looks like it's trying to bounce, but every time it tries to bounce, it immediately gets yanked back down. And that's always going to make this harder. I'm sorry, Mitch. Go ahead.
No. Keep going, bro. I'm just watching my Tesla.
Yep. So it looks like we first bounced off 403.50. Now we're bouncing off 403. I still like the 400 test coming here. So we'll see. I don't want to get trapped. I don't want to get sucked in on these bounces. That's why I guess trading some of these smaller caps that are, diverging from the market seem to be a little bit better. BTTX watching that 260 break, although that just had a nasty yank.
My TSN is looking well right now, guys, and then we still got a little bit of Lucid there. So I took a little bit of TSN when you were gone, Lord Ryan.
Nice. I like that long term. I don't like those for just flips.
Exactly why I'm swing trading it. Yeah, correct. Especially when you get that pullback after a good earnings report.
Jessica says, I accidentally bought a put instead of a call, but I don't even know if I made a mistake. I don't know. This looks like this could roll over.
Sometimes if you do that by mistake and you notice yourself in the green, sometimes it's okay just being like, okay, let me just take this off, take the profit, boom. All right, let me reassess and recontrol my emotions, then get back into the trade. That's not a bad thing also.
I want, I like to flip. I like to scalp 1 or 2,000 share lots, depending on the stock on some day trades. And there was a time where I accidentally bought 10,000 instead of 1,000. The stock moved up 3 cents and I just sold 9,000 shares. I was like, okay, I'm back to where I'm used to. Not the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's funny when it works like that. When it works out like that, hey, man.
All right. Taking the profits there and Tesla
BTTX,
there.
here we go.
Saw a little bounce there in Tesla.
Took out
Not going to
260.
fight it. I'm out. Took the profit. Not a bad trade there, Tesla today. Tesla bouncing. I'm glad I got out there. Boom.
Big yank. BTTX. Ryan is back. What's up, Shelly? I am back. Sorry, I had to take a phone call and go to the washroom, so I just combined those two things real quick.
Did I
The
buy
person on the other end of the phone call didn't know, though, so don't worry about it.
No, but I'm getting close, Miss Whitehorse. I'm going to actually talk to the investment committee today if I'm allowed to invest in DraftKings. I'll let you know, Miss Whitehorse.
You have to ask permission?
Yes, I have to ask permission, Ryan. It's what happens when you get married, man.
Oh, I see what you did there, Mitch.
Money ain't yours no more, bro.
Oh, that's funny. I'm just going to bite my tongue. Okay, but on BTTX, I did just buy a little bit of this pull. Stop here is going to be 247. Not going to let this go against me. I don't want to call this boredom trading. I definitely, looking at the chart here, it makes sense to buy the pulls, not the breakouts. But I'm hoping that this does, in fact, break out after a next run up here. We'll see if this materializes.
Born knows. Boy got a committee now.
Born knows. Shelly says, wow, right. I also answer my phone calls while pooping. Establishing dominance. Oh my gosh. That is funny.
Yeah, that's where you get the best thinking, right?
I mean, maybe. I'll tell you what, speaking of good thinking, I'm a big proponent of like reflection and thinking right before bed. I feel like I'm more cleared out then, and I'm the whatever stresses of the day have passed. I like doing a lot of reflecting right before bed. Sometimes if a lot has happened that day, it takes longer than I think, and before I know it, it's past my bedtime. But I like to fit it in right there.
All right, looking at XOM here, I think we got a trade set up here that I'm liking here. So we rejected once off the VWAP here. We could just VWAP fade down and then just break down through the lows. I would like for it to come back up here and then reject one more time off the VWAP before really breaking back down. So I'm looking at XOM here, of course. Weak energy here to open, but we've been kind of hanging out by the VWAP there. I'm looking for a little bit of push and then quick takedown here. But we'll see if it rejects just right off of here.
BTTX coming back to VWAP here. We'll see if it can hold. Otherwise, this will be a cut.
All right, let's take a look at the Qs. The SPY all below that. SPY just rejected VWAP there. We'll see what happens there. Apple, what's going on in Apple is down to 153. We'll see if it rejects VWAP one more time. Tesla got it down there. Went down towards that 821, but didn't hold the breakdown there and bouncing already back here. AMD bouncing back from that 91.70. We'll see what happens there. Any stocks you guys see moving out there?
Who the hell decided to buy the market when I was gone away? Seriously? That's what you do to me, Ryan?
I didn't do it.
I did it, bro. I did it, bro. I just said, you know what? I want to screw Zunaid.
You and your
I called my broker. I called Sarah Hurd. I called Sarah in the
people
chat.
Who follow Ryan's style of trading and thinking are called Faloonatics. So not the first time someone has made a joke about lunatic and my last name.
Really?
Love the energy, Hofflinger. Absolutely love it. If you guys want to join the Faloonatics Club, maybe we should get some merch made for that. I don't know.
Absolutely. Faloonatics sounds good, except the ticks part, obviously, but I like it. I'm here for it, man.
I mean, ticks can be green, Zunaid. They can be good ticks. It doesn't always have to be bad.
I have never heard of good ticks.
No, not like the insect. Like
okay, yeah, I was like,
a tick higher.
Oh, that's what we're going with. Okay, I like that.
See,
I like that. I'm sorry. I
Zunaid,
was thinking
always
of,
have to have the glass half full. It's always need to have the glass half
mine
full.
is currently
BTTX
empty.
here breaking through VWAP now. Let's see if it can regain. If not, we're cutting it. Uh-oh, your glass is empty.
It is. It is. We've already had a glass of water. You know, now I just have this bad boy next to me. I mean, I haven't refilled it, so let me not pretend like I had a whole liter, but we got to refill that bad boy. It looks like Facebook, though, went ahead and tested VWAP. Now it's a matter of, is it going to break 200 or not?
Faloona tricks. Okay, we're going to have a discussion with Alyssa about merch. In fact, let me get that started right now.
I'll be honest, I would love to make branding off of the homeless trader and the homeless whatever, but I just feel like it'd be disrespectful to the actual folks that are unfortunately struggling in the world. But in terms of like the concept, if there was someone who was once homeless and they traded their way back into financial success, that's great branding.
SPY looks like it wants to take down there. Just kind of
There's
put
a
that
rejection of VWAP from from SPY and Facebook.
Ooh, Lucid looks like a good short to add on to, but do I dare? Do I dare add to it?
Okay.
Oh, Ryan, I got to give credit to you.
I'll leave it alone.
The 8-ball. You made me get an 8-ball. I ordered it because I wanted to use that for my other content stuff for esports and stuff. So thank you. That's a clever idea, and I got one myself. But go ahead and answer this question.
Hey, you know what? That's how you start off on Monday, Zunaid. I'm glad that I was able to inspire you. Let's go ahead and take Ashton Tam's question here real quick by using said 8-ball. So get the 8-ball out. Does this market, this market doesn't know how to make up its mind. Are we going down to 400? And if we do go to when we go to 400, will we see a rebound? So 8-ball, are we going to 400? And when we get there, do we see a rebound? What, can I go full screen, Mitch? Can you full screen?
Yeah, I got you, bro. Boom.
You may rely on it.
Oh, there we go. The
news.
magic 8-ball.
Breaking news here on live trading. It appears, according to the 8-ball, yes, we are going to 400, and yes, there will be a bounce there. So get ready. That's what we're looking at here.
Sweet. I am going to go ahead and full port all the way into some puts. Thank you, Magic 8-ball.
You know what's interesting here? Born to be free. Great idea. You guys could send a box of t-shirts for the homeless. Might pick up. So that's an interesting idea. So instead of making a joke that involves homeless, why not turn it around and actually help those people also end up with getting some free advertising out of it? Born, I think you're on to something here, my man. I think you're on to something here. I think that's a pretty good idea. Let's see what we can do.
I got you. I was already thinking of an idea close to that. So, you know,
it's summertime, so it's not like they would need sweaters, but I'm sure there could be something there. I would say we should do, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that one out. I like that.
Trying to take down
call options that are a huge amount. I don't understand.
Hold
on a second. Hold on a second. I need information on what calls you have, the expiration, and the strike, because this sounds a little odd to me, unless you have like SQQ calls or whatever. But no, this sounds mad weird. This whole situation here. Rejection on Facebook again off of VWAP. I told you guys I would think about buying some puts if it came up and tested. I'm not going to lie. I was on that phone call. I got distracted, and I have not done that. So I still have 3 contracts with an average price. Ooh, looks like now my average price is 411 since I sold some contracts around the 458 area. Just the index fund, nothing. But the index is down. What are you? Huh? Repurchasing some of my AMD shares here.
How's our SPY doing here? That's the bouncing there, guys.
How are you guys?
No, Jonathan. So you're going to have a bunch of homeless people wearing Benzinga I'm a homeless trader t-shirts. No. We're talking about changing it around so that there is no joke about homeless people.
Exactly.
Instead, the connection to homeless people is actually giving them clothing for free. Exactly. I apologize if we were not clear on that. We were trying to turn the negative into the positive. We're not trying to make things worse.
That is correct. Yes.
You
we
guys,
do not.
so nice.
Well, Mitch, I mean, it's just natural. It's so much easier to be nice, and I don't know. I don't know. Twitter at the lows.
It's interesting we're talking about this because, like I told you guys, you got Facebook, by the way, trying to crack 200 here.
Let's go. I'm looking for the SPY to break right here, guys. Downside, looking at that up about 5 cents on this Mara trade. Looking for it to continue down. There's the 1340s there on Mara. Not looking too bad. So right-hand side here, Qs and SPY here in the middle. But look at Mara here. Looking for that flush down on Mara. Let's see if we can get that continuation here. Going to take half of it off here. Boom, just took half of it off there at 44s. And now going to let the rest of it work, break even. And that's from 57. Let's see if this can just continue washing down. This is the against the Bitcoin trade. I also like the short on MSTR, but that one just didn't go back to VWAP. So I was looking to get Mara.
I did it. I went ahead and added one contract because I need to scratch myself. I'm a junkie. I went and added the Facebook puts, got filled at 395. Currently, the bid is 395 and the ask is 405. So right there, if you will.
Careful, because it looks like SPY has now turned around and shooting for that low.
Yeah, well, that's good for us. We're in puts.
We're in puts, baby. It's
Now
red Monday, baby.
Here's where things can get tricky. You can see that it's already bounced off of support here at 403. And obviously, if it's just testing and it's trying to go back up, that ends up being really bad for us. But we grabbed the puts around 200. So our risk reward looks really good. And matter of fact, we had a 1-to-1 and we just got a 1-to-1. Facebook puts down at 199 as a spot price. And our puts are only up $10. So that's nothing to write home about. Our risk off area would have been that 201. See, we really need the SPY to break this 403 that it's had support at, and we need the Qs to break that 301 and just test 300. Just test it. You know you want to. Just flush it and get over it. Just get over with it.
Took my money. Took my money in Mara there. Quick trade. Nice little scalp. We've been scalping a little bit here today on the downside, making good money.
Hassan saying CYN reversal. CYN did come right off that 420 level, right back towards the highs. Can't quite take out 439, 440, which looks to be the area it was stopping. Now we're only 6-7 cents beneath that. So we'll see if we can get that. I got prints at 440 here as the day high. We'll see if we can get above that.
SPY low of day. Qs about 50 cents away from low of day.
Flush.
Facebook's has decent strength here compared to the rest of them.
Talked about
but
that
I
XOM
am going
short.
to stick to my puts here.
Oil
I believe
breaking
we
down
see
there.
300.
You can look at drip pushing strong there, guys, today.
What's your opinion on UEPath? I don't know what that is. What is that? What's the ticker on UEPath? I don't know what that is.
What?
Sorry.
On what? I don't know. I'll find out.
I'm not sure what that is. I'm sorry.
It's Path. PATH.
No, okay. Yeah, I didn't recognize it. I apologize.
No, I got you. I just like my system. Well, I can put in the company name and then we figure it out that way. So it's PATH there, guys, if you want to take a look at that. And it's on its path down, just to let you know.
Interestingly enough, I can't find it that way. Oh, yes, I can. There it is. I'm just dumb.
Look at it.
Like trading, you can do that
on
as
its
well.
path down.
Yeah, I can
That's an
take a look
ugly
at
chart.
it.
That's an ugly chart.
All right,
bro.
so let's take a look. You've got the 16.
Everything is ugly right now,
Nothing crazy here. Let's
That's
go ahead and
true.
take a look at the daily. Oh, it looks like I have looked at this ticker in the past. Hello. As I've got a little
Lucid
bit of
heading
a
back down.
drawing here. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't really see nothing here. I don't.
Ooh,
Just straight up on a downtrend.
I see a
No
Should've-
downside.
Yeah,
I
that's
should have
about it.
flipped. I should have flipped on Twitter when I sold it to the short side because it is flushing, guys.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Twitter with the flush on the downside there, guys. Now down to 48.25. Some people might just start getting rid of that position. Just be careful out there. You could see some continued downside. Mara was a good one to hold on. Maybe I sold it too quick. It's already down to 1330s. Rushed into the profit. Hey, it happens. All right, what's going on out there, guys? Do you guys have anything that's moving? Anything you guys see setting on up? I'm looking for trades, man.
Yeah, I'm preserving capital at this point.
Packaged
I'm
foods
trying
looking
not to.
well right now. You guys can take a look at some of those names. Kellogg's having a great day today,
Yeah,
guys.
Campbell's
Kellogg.
soup too, and that kind of goes
Ooh,
along
look at
with
these
the with the
defensives.
Say again.
Look at these defensive stocks here. Consumer defensive, making a nice rise up today. Packaged foods, Kellogg's Group making a nice lift. Heinz, look at that daily chart starting to push through there. You can take a look at General Mills having a good day. Hormel Foods, McCormick. You got so many here, just making nice moves on up there. Campbell's Soup, all of them making nice moves there.
Stuart asking, are you just a bull, Ryan? I make most of my money on the long side. Yes, I will occasionally trade things to the short side, like lift puts last week when I had an inclination that things were not going to go well. On days like today, I love that I love that Mitch and Zunaid took SPY puts. The one thing that I'm kind of watching here is for a ferocious bear market bounce, which you get quite a bit in bear markets, and that often either sucks longs in or stops shorts out. So I try to play that if I can. I'm just more skilled at playing to the long side, but if just nothing's working, sometimes you got to change your style. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I'll play both, but you know, when I look back at my journey, I definitely make more money on calls, and that's because I'm always afraid of what Ryan said, that the bounce can happen at any times, and I would go ahead and get screwed over, or at least that's my mindset. So I get out of my positions a lot quicker in puts than I do on calls, and you might have noticed that if you've been watching for a while. Like when I trade NVIDIA to the upside, I'll scale out at maybe 30% or so. When I'm trading puts, I'll scale out about 15% or so. So that mental aspect messes with me, as you've got SPY low of day, Q's about 10 cents away from low of day, and Facebook still waiting for it to crack.
Yeah, Tesla was a great short on the downside there. It took the profits maybe a little too quick, but I know that there's probably some people trading it a little bit further down there. Now down to 815s there. We talked about how that 840s would be important. It just washed right back down there and crushing back down. Apple breaking down there too. You guys can maybe look for that short to continue there. We'll see what happens on Apple. For that being mentioned, let's take a look at some of the bigger names. Amazon starting to break down there too. Is there anything that's into the green that's a big boy? Let's see right here. This is going to tell us. And Walmart and Home Depot are the only ones that are up there. So defensive stocks looking well there, but everything else deep into the green. Tesla down 6%, guys. So that's definitely going to drag the market there. NVIDIA down 6%. That's going to drag the Qs down there. And that's been a nice VWAP fade there on that one. Keep coming on down there. We'll see what happens. And definitely Mara, man, I sold too quickly there. But that's how it happens sometimes, guys. MSTR also coming on down there. HUT coming on down there. A lot of things just getting just completely slacked today. Even utilities down today, like Duke and Dominion. Some of these are starting to come back, but definitely
real quick.
hit.
I'm gonna go ahead and reject here. The calls that the puts that I'd added on Facebook at the 395. I'm gonna go ahead and sell these here. Got filled at 450 on those puts as we test the 198. Qs are looking to bounce here a little bit. $300 level is close enough to where I don't feel too comfortable. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out as many of these contracts as I can. I now have 2 contracts remaining at 411 is my cost basis.
I like this Southern Company. It just got a volume pump on the kind of the 3 minute and 1 minute. I'm looking for it to pull back here to 74.15 so I can try to get in here, but definitely got some volume pumping in it.
Yeah, look, you know, it's Anthony, you're not wrong, because when Sarah called me broke, I looked at myself and I was like, yeah, you do look broke, dude. What's wrong with you? I'm a big hoodie guy. Matter of fact, I had a nice t-shirt that I was wearing earlier as I was getting some work done, but there's a brand that I have here being a hoodie trader. So this is why I put on this Costco hoodie. It's very comfortable, man. It's very comfortable. It's like $15.
Utilities starting to push, trying to catch one of these names, but there you go. I like POR.
All right, now the Qs going to go to testing 300 here. Now this is where I get into a pickle. You're about 50 cents away from testing 300 on the Qs, by the way. Our Facebook puts are up about 15% or so. We got an average price of 411 left here, 460. 465 on the bid. Now this is where, Ryan, I'm going to struggle, because it's like I'm expecting a bounce on the Qs, which means if I was not in any positions, I would grab calls around the $300 level.
Okay.
And I don't know if I should close out of my position completely on Facebook or not, because I'm expecting a bounce to VWAP in the Qs. I don't know what to do. I'm just speaking out loud here, venting, I guess.
No, I gotcha.
I'm going to go ahead and sell one of the contracts of the two that I have remaining here at 480, just because I'm expecting 300 to be a level for it to bounce from, and I want to make sure I capture as much gain as I possibly can. So this has been a beautiful trade. We've traded 3 times today. SPY to the downside, made money. SPY to the upside, lost money. Facebook to the downside, that's been the full position, and we have been doing great on that. I literally now only have one contract left, which if we get an all-day screw you type of move, I will enjoy it, but let's see what we got. Yeah, see, you can see $300 bounce so far. When I say bounce, I just mean you get a little bit of a move from it, because I usually like to scalp those. By the way, someone asked me, hey, $400, do you think that's going to be the bottom if you're playing calls? No, I just think it'll be a level where it'll bounce simply because of the psychological aspect of it. Same way that I thought 200 was going to be resistance on Facebook. I was off by $1. Didn't get stopped out, thankfully, but that's all. I just think it's going to be a low bounce.
Getting a little bit of a drive in Dollar Tree here. Dollar Tree looking good. DG looking good here. POR looking good here. Southern Company looking good. So utilities and discount stores is what I'm looking at. Setting on up here. I can show you the Dollar Tree setup. This is looking good here. One of DG. So DG is already kind of leading on up here. You can see how the 3 minutes starting to push there. Walmart, you should see push on out too. Target pulling back there, giving you an opportunity. BIG is really leading us up here in the discount stores. I also like the utilities names. There's Dollar Tree already making that move. We'll look for a nice little push above this trend line here. You can see how it held VWAP 3 times. Rule of 3 coming into play here. Really nice setup. We'll see if this can continue through the 164. I'm not going to take it now because I wanted to get it at VWAP. Same thing with DG. When it came back here to the 233 level, that was the level I gave, and you could see a nice push up there on Dollar Tree. Going to look for Walmart and BIG to kind of lead the show today and continue making moves on up. POR is another one I'm looking for a setup through 47. SO looking good too. Southern Company, look at this one. Just got a nice little volume pump. Well, that was around 74.24, and it's already up there towards 74.50s. We'll see if this can continue making moves.
Jessica, I'm glad you're complimenting my hair, because one, I need to get a haircut. You'll see me with a nice fresh cut on Wednesday, because I need to get a haircut tomorrow before I leave.
Mine's scheduled for Wednesday evening. So
sweet. Mine's tomorrow. I'm gonna have to grow this out, because I think Ryan, you and I talked about this. I have alopecia coming back like I did in college. So I'm hoping this hair can cover it a little bit. But now I gotta go back to the doc, get some steroids again, be like Sammy Sosa out here. You know what I mean?
Only way, bro.
Be like Sammy Sosa. Just don't cork your bat, Zunaid.
Nope, won't cork them.
Why not?
Cork the bat.
Why not? Why
I
not,
used
Lord
to be a
Ryan?
barber. Oh, really? Nice. That's awesome. I did not know you. I do not have the courage. There are a lot of things in life I don't have the courage to do. Being a barber, I feel like, is one of them, because there's so many different styles of hair and haircuts and whatever else. And it's like, damn, if you mess one of those up, nope. I could not deal with that pressure.
Yeah.
Take the biotin. I don't know what biotin is, but I'm sure I can Google that here. Biotin. Also, did I tell you someone has put my email address for some adult stuff, Ryan? So now I just get spammed. Remember, this is when you said Luke went ahead and put you for political stuff.
Yeah, but you did that. You were bragging about all the porn sites that you were entering your stuff in at. So take that, Zunaid.
Yes. And the one email address that I went ahead and put was my Benzinga email address for that info. Yes, that is correct. Get me out of here. I do look like I just woke up, though. I've got bedhead is what I've got.
All right, TSN now up over
Jessica on the 2, by the way.
close to 2 points
on the side.
TSN.
I kid you not. Look at this email I just got. I swear to God. Look at this. Here, can you guys see it? Hold on.
It says
we don't want to see your OF profile,
No, my OF. Here, let's see if you guys can see that. All right, I'll just read it. All right, here we go. I swear. Okay, one more time. We're gonna try one more time.
One last time there. Not happening. I guess not happening.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Look, here's what the email says. I swear to God.
We need the market to bounce, Tiny. I got you. Hold on a second.
The email says, "Ever wake up in the morning next to someone you instantly regretted sleeping with?" Question mark. That's all it says. I swear to God. I swear to God, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Ouchie. That's a Fauci wouchie.
Here, you know what?
You tell her you got COVID.
I mean, no. The answer to that is no. Jeez.
Oh my goodness. You know what, Ryan? Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do, Ryan. I'm gonna do this because we have a lot of fun here.
Indeed.
I'm gonna do this.
All right, what's going on with the SPY? We breaking down? There you go, 401.75. Do we get to 400 today? Can we get a 400? Clorox is ripping today, guys.
Sorry, Miss White Horse. I didn't realize your daughter was next to you. We just meant, like, do you ever regret a friend that you hang out with and you're not a fan of them anymore? That's all. We all have those. As by the way, Q is coming back to 300, looking to break it. Facebook, low of day. I'm out here.
Fix your life. Grow up, Dad. Oh, man.
I'm telling you, dude.
Grow up, bro. Come on, bro.
I need to, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Boom shakalaka is right, man. Look at Clorox today, guys. Look at that.
The puts are printing.
BD doing well today. CL,
all right, y'all.
Definitely a defensive type of day.
I'm going to go ahead and get out of my puts here. I am all out on Facebook. 515 sayonara. We got this from $4. Added around 200. Now it's at 196. All out at 515.
Boom.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hope you guys enjoyed the trade. Hope you guys made some money on it. Hope you understood, more importantly, why I took the trade.
Making some money.
On the Facebook. I sound like my mom. Are you on the Facebook? Yeah,
that does sound like a boomer status right there.
Are you on the Facebook? Can you add me as a friend on the Facebook?
On the Facebook.
Did you hear Elon bought the Twitter?
The Twitter.
SoFi broke 6. Bro, someone check on Spencer. Should I call Spencer again?
VIX is 34.
I tried to warn about SoFi at 16.
Multiple times you tried to warn about that, by the way. It wasn't just one time.
I think Orion's even like, yo, dude, I'm even tired of hearing you talk about SoFi to the downside. The problem here was a story of what? Just being related to a SPAC. It has nothing to do with the company, I feel. It has everything to do with being related to a SPAC. And that just sucks because that's how it happens, a lot of these.
Yeah.
That's why I think Lucid is on the same track. That's why I'm holding these puts.
Here's what's interesting.
Short equity here.
It's like with the SPY. So you've got, here's what's interesting to me. You've got companies like Roku, AMD, all of them down significantly from their all-time highs, right? And the SPY is only down about 15, 16%, maybe 17% now, I think, as we hit 402 below. What happens if SPY corrects even further to about, let's say, the 390s, 384s, right? It's like, where are these?
Is 20% from its all-time high. So 384 is bear market territory from its all-time high. And
the Qs are already in bear. The Qs are down about 25%.
Yep.
Here, I'll go to the daily on the Qs because I was doing this last night. I was trying to prep for the day.
SPY's already down in over 20%.
Here, look, right there.
23,
so you have
24%.
You have the Qs down 26% from all-time highs at the moment. I know the SPY is now about 17. Are you about to show me an easier way to do this? 16% for SPY, 25% plus for the Q. So the Qs are already in bear market, period.
So 80% of the all-time high of 479.98 is 383.98.
Yeah, so it's like, what happens to the stocks such as your Nvidias, which are solid companies? These aren't your Zooms. You know what I mean? Yes, they had a huge boost. Don't get me wrong. But I think they're better set up for success. So speaking of which, you have a nice little trend line break of Nvidia. It looks like it went ahead and tried to test it, and it got rejected. So downside we go. But it's like, what happens to Nvidia? Do we get Nvidia around 100? What happens to the DKNGs of the world that are already sub 15, I believe? Yeah, they're at 11. They're at 12.
Yeah, next level down for me is 381. So that's where I can see the SPY kind of holding up. And that's a big level here if we start breaking down to that. Why is it there? I drew a fib retracement from the bottom of the pandemic to the top. 23.6 put us around this 405 level. Now we're going towards the 38.2 level, which is down towards 381. Let's see, right around 380.48, really. So 381 around that level is where I'd see some bottoming.
You know, one of the things that we talked about last week, or we've talked about this a number of times, but last week most recently is, you know, there were a lot of market participants that felt that the market was overvalued right before COVID. And that SPY level was 340. COVID hit, that took us to 219. And then, of course, we had that tremendous V bounce here. But I mean, looking back on this, if people thought we were overvalued at SPY at 340 and we're currently at 402, I think that that's where some of the other impetus is for, you know, well, how much lower can we actually go here? I think the answer is you can always go lower. I expect we're at 402 right now. I mean, 400 is going to get tested. I think that's pretty much on the table.
Of course.
Now. Question is really, do we go past 384 for me? That's really the next question that I have.
All right, Asana now down almost 12%. Remember, I talked about be careful with those software names, guys.
Definitely.
Just keep leaking out there. Asana now down 12% here. Look at this chart, guys. These are the ones that you just got to be careful with trying to call the bottom, because next thing you know, the bottom could be zero. Yes, Happy. I'm still holding. I talk about my bag. I got one bag. Genie.
Where'd
Still
you
the
get
bag.
it?
Whew, pretty bad.
Oh, okay,
and this was one of those lessons in investment for me, because I clearly had that feeling that it was turning around, but I stayed in it. Why? Because everyone always tells me, like, yo, you just buy and you don't, like, in investment or long term, you just buy and you just forget about it. So I forgot about it. You can see where it's at now.
That's funny, buddy. That's hilarious.
That's the truth. Everyone always talks about it, dude, in long-term investment. And I that's where I tell people, I'm like, dude, your cliche doesn't work, bro, because it just doesn't work. That's the problem.
Unless you're trading oil.
Unless you're trading oil, then there is no bottom.
Unless you're trading oil. Some folks learn that the hard way.
No, but it's the truth. It's just, and that's just how you got to do it. So for me, what has it become? Okay, well, I'm forgetting about it. I'll check it in like 10 years.
My God, Coinbase, $90.
What? See, that's another ticker. That's another
Coin
ticker. If
is
SPY
going to,
drops
like,
another 10,
freaking-
or if the Qs drop another 10, where's Coin going? From, where was it, at 400 at one point? It IPO'd around 4. I was wrong. No, I was right. Yeah, 430.
That was the high right after its IPO, wasn't it?
Yep. Hasn't looked back since. 90
Home Depot
bucks.
looks nice right here, guys. Trying to get 296 here, but I don't think I'm going to get a fill. Let's see if I get it. It's rising up a little too fast here. It's at 296.15s there. I liked it at 296. Home Depot here.
And well, what do we have? A bounce in the Qs. See, this is a bounce that I was talking about. 300. So you had the $300 level here. I'll throw mine up. You had the $300 level that went ahead and gave you almost a point. Is that a point? It was 12 cents away from a point. Then it went ahead and came back. And remember, I told you guys, support and resistance to me is not just an exact spot. It can be an area. And that's why that 50 cents example, I literally gave that to you on the SPY. But same thing, dip 5, came back up about 2 points from there. So obviously still in a downtrend, no question about it. You can see the lines that were drawn to start things off. But I'm not going short until we can at least test VWAP to 303. If we come back and test 303, I would be perfectly okay going short via puts. You've got SPY here at 402 is bouncing off of the 401s. Didn't quite get there, about 23 cents off. I still got the alert here. If there's one stock that I feel like I like long term, I don't even know what it would be. Maybe like the charging stocks. I don't even know what's the best one in their field, in their space, but Qs are trying to bounce, as is SPY. Let me go ahead and go to the 4 box. There we go. See, now you've got the SPY. See, this is why I like to get rid of my puts a little quicker, because these wicks, they scare me. Not saying it's the bottom, but if they come back and test this 199, I'd be interested in going short if the SPY. Let's see what the Qs are doing.
Oh, wow. BWV. This thing spiked from 380 up into a consolidation zone of what, 450 to 430, and now it went towards 5. BWV. Not in that. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, it's a nice break above 450 right there.
Hassan is asking if there was news there. Let's check. I don't see any news from today. Let me check the Twitter streets and see if something's being passed around.
The Twitter street.
Oof, that Mara short earlier today, that thing continued to go. That was because of the Bitcoin breakdown. I was looking to short it because MSTR. We'll see if they can come back.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any type of news. Just looks like a volume pop.
Sprouts Farm taking off today. Kroger is taking off today.
Stuart, 100% facts here. Once everyone becomes bears, the market will bounce. Straight up facts right there. He is exactly right.
I feel like the sentiment is bearish, though, is it not?
No, nowhere near, man.
Really? Oh.
Nowhere near, Zunaid. The sentiment overall, long-term looking forward is red. But the problem is every time you get a little bounce in the market, people are buying the dip like it's the buy the dip moment. That's when you need the buyers to exhaust. That's the truth. Not for everybody to go bearish. You need the buyers to exhaust. What does that mean? So the buyer is just giving up. They've seen the downside action like today and then just being like, you know what? Forget this market. I'm just going to go take a break, take a couple days off. That's what you need so that you can get a flush down. Then you can see the bounce. I don't think we've gotten that flush. I think what we've gotten is, like Dennis said, in what happened in the .com era was a death by 1,000 cuts. And I think that's what we're getting right now in the SPY. If you take a look, this hasn't been a move straight down. This has been a lot of chop and death by 1,000 cuts.
Do you think that we will finally get in a real capitulation to mark a real bottom yet? That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that we get that capitulation because it's going to be easier for me to identify the bottom that you're asking about.
Exactly.
But I can't tell if we're going to get that. I certainly can't tell you when. But that's honestly what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I agree with that. SPY bounced for a second there, but didn't hold the bounce at all there, guys. Just be careful out there. Like some more downside action on the way here.
I'm sorry. Boy,
nothing, man.
That was disgusting.
Basic materials are getting wrecked today, guys. Coal getting wrecked. BTU on the downside now, we can start looking at it because literally it's just looking like it wants to break down and break down, break down.
CYN. Trying to take a look at it here on my Thinkorswim to get a cleaner look.
Short BTU here.
I'm going to go ahead and try small size here on CYN. Nope, not that one. That's the wrong account.
Chris is calling us out, man. What is going on, guys? Do we got to come down? We're going to come down in about 8 minutes, but please give us a like. Over 800 watch and only 200 likes, guys. Come on.
Hey, look, this crayon that I had on the cues is working really well so far.
You know what? I think one of the things is that when you see a market that's just getting absolutely dismantled, the first thing that you're thinking of is not liking the YouTube stream. However, what I will say to kind of go along with what Mitch is saying here, help us out, because if you help us out, perhaps we can help you out, especially when this too passes. We don't know when that's going to be. Just saying. We will try to continue to bring levity to the stream, to try and keep everyone as calm as possible. I hope it helps.
Try to scalp here, BTU guys. Short on BTU guys. Yes, I said it. Short on BTU. Got to be flexible with the mentality here. Looks like a really bearish tape here. Going to look to see if we get the breakdown through the 2050s, going down there towards the 20s. What would get me out is a move towards 2080s, because then it could squeeze and all of a sudden we're back towards 21 here. Let's see if we get this to break down. I'll show you guys a chart right now. This is the BTU. What do we see? Down, up 1, down 2, up 2, down 3, up 3. From that level, we should not break here above that level, and we should see downside continuation from my rule of 3.
Zen saying Ryan levitating. If that's what I said, I meant levity as in like happiness and the ability to kind of joke around. But if I said the wrong word, I'm sorry about that. Let me see if levity, humor or frivolity, especially the treatment of a serious matter with humor or in a manner lacking due respect. So again, this is a very serious matter. Nobody likes losing money. We are going to try to provide levity. I'm down big today, guys. Down big.
Ryan, Chris Angel.
I am not Chris Angel. You know what's funny about that, though, Mitch, is that I did go through a phase where I thought David Blaine was one of the coolest people in the world because, like, the street magic and the freaking people out, and I taught myself some card tricks. And
he's not.
What?
He's not.
I mean, he's pretty cool, but I didn't really go full bore into the magic career.
Hey, Lord Ryan, I'm with you, man. I know some card tricks, and I'll tell you one thing. There's nothing like being at a bar and I can get a deck of cards, because that's always fun to do. Like, you know, little magic tricks at the bar. I mean, easy way to start a conversation, right? But yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't go wrong. Chris Angel. I've been wanting to see him in Vegas, but I didn't get a chance to last time I was there.
He was at the draft. I don't know if you caught that. He did some like Houdini-esque straitjacket escape while being suspended over the draft. It's just like, it's crazy.
It is, guys. I'll see what happens on BTU, guys. Might get out above 2060s here. Just want to keep this really tight. Want to see it to flush. If not, get out of it. Don't want to fight it too much.
CYN went ahead and break here. I'm going to go ahead and scale some out here at the 448 level, right before the 450. Out some here.
Great job, CYN.
Thank you.
I'm 0 for 2 on trades today, guys. I'm down $300 on day trades. Down another $1,200 on swings. Getting down pretty healthily here. This happens to everyone. Just gotta be able to remain as complacent as possible.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. You were going off the levity comment with levitating joke that didn't work. I gotcha.
All right. BTU fighting here. Fighting at the 55s. Are the Bears going to win? Let's see here. There the Bears are coming in here. They're trying to take out the 50s.
Ryan, just wait it out, bro. That's one of the things. We are going to try to find opportunities to make that work for us, but you're right, Stuart. That's a good way to do it.
Let's make this the red line. That's where we want to see it break down and just continue here. Let's see if we get it in BTU. One of the things that is helping us is the money flow came back into it a little bit on the upside, and you saw it reverse right back down. One of the things that I look for in the money flow is for trend lines to kind of hold, and you can see how you kind of ticked above it, rejected. You don't want to see it get back above that, because then it could show the squeeze out here.
You know what I haven't heard much of, and I'll be honest, I haven't watched a lot of TV, so please take what I say with a grain of salt as always. But I haven't heard much of sell in May and go away. I haven't heard of that concept as much, and I don't know if it's because one, like I said, I haven't paid attention to the TV at all.
Were you around for April and March or anything?
Well, so that's what I'm saying. I haven't paid attention to like CNBC.
That's why you're not hearing it. It's been happening for months now.
You're working too much, bro. You're working too much.
I'm not gonna lie. I have. Look, I have my. So I watched.
There we go. We got it.
My place is a little messy, or else I'd show you. But wait, what'd you get? What are you trading?
BTU started cracking the 2050s. There was about 4,000 shares that flew through there, and a couple of dark pulling orders flowing through here too, because I can see it. Because whenever I see like a big volume spike and then you don't see the orders flowing through on the time and sales, that just shows me right there some dark pulling action in this BTU. Let's see if they can really take it down now through the 2040s. But we don't want to see a 2060 all of a sudden show up. Then we'll just have to take it out.
Ryan, where do I find the happy hour link? I had it popping up, but I don't know what happened, and none of the pop-ups are happening anymore. All right, Robin, we're going to do a little quick lesson here before we go. I'd like you to check something for me. In your Benzinga Pro, you can click on the three dots in the upper right corner.
2 minutes.
And then select settings. What was that, Mitch?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Real quick, news desk notifications. This needs to be checked on. This needs to be blue. Then you will see those pop-ups. If you still can't get it, email me, ryan.faloona@benzinga.com. I will make sure that the pro members get your link.
All right, half off there at 2041 there, guys. Now let's see if this can continue going through that 20s, 40s. Not a bad trade so far. Let's see if it can just wipe out that low there. Can we get it down? Down, down, down.
Are you singing the
You know that one. You know that one, Ryan. You know that one.
Yeah, that's the Fallout Boy. Yeah, I went to school with Pat Stump.
I'm gonna go ahead and sell some more here of CYN 455. I only have about literally 100 shares left now. Exactly 100 shares. Just gonna see where this one goes. But hope you guys do. You know what's bad? My posture is so bad that I look short as shit. Don't get me wrong. I am short compared to Ryan for sure. This man right here.
Yeah,
but
right.
Holy shit! Like I don't even get into my chair right here. Anyway, I'm out CYN. The Facebook trade was a beauty. Hopefully you understood why I took these trades, especially the Facebook one. We called out the $200 level pre-market, and when we saw some resistance there, we went ahead and snagged it with the weakness in the market as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you again tomorrow. Hey, are we trading this whole week? What's that looking like?
Yeah, man. At least for right now, we're looking good. It's next week where I'll be at VCon, and then I'll probably be out. But I think we're good
and
until
next
Friday.
Week. Real quick, just while we're talking about that, next week I'm out Thursday and Friday on vacation. I can try to join you on Thursday. I can,
but I'll be out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So don't worry about it, man. It's going to be one of those days. So
I'll be trading from a hotel. So we'll see what that looks like this week, but we'll figure it out in Slack. See ya.
See ya. All right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here, guys. Wrap it on up here. We're going towards futures trading. I'm still holding a little of this BTU, but I hope you guys had a great day. We took a swing trade in Tyson. We took puts on the downside. Yes, it's a red day, so be careful out there. Taking you to some futures action. You guys can follow with Spencer Israel. And, of course, we'll see you next time right here on Live Trading with Benzinga. Catch me later today. I got a great interview on Money Mitch. That's at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss out. See you there.